Honourable members, I have two petitions brought under standing order 225, subsection 2, paragraph B, and have been assessed pursuant to the provisions of Article 119 of the Constitution. And therefore, in this regard, we should report the House that my office received a petition signed by Mr. Taratisio Ireri Kawe of ID number 8600483. The petitioner is concerned that the country's food production is heavily reliant on rainfall patterns, which have become quite unreliable in the recent past. Given the circumstances, the petitioner observes that food security is not sustainable unless immediate action is taken to protect the environment and conserve water. The petitioner is appalled that most citizens have drifted into abject poverty due to lack of an enabling environment that ensures sustainable agricultural production and to reduce uncompetitive importation of farm produce from neighboring countries. Honourable members, the petitioner notes that the majority of poor Kenyans for the construction of ponds and for harvesting rainwater to ensure sustainable irrigation systems and to reduce reliance on the seasonal rains. He therefore proposes complete zero rating of taxes on water tanks, farming equipment, and tools. The petitioner is cognizant of the fact that although it may seem that the government may lose revenue due to the gap created by the failure to tax the equipment and machinery, the government is bound to benefit from more taxes collected through agribusiness. Honourable members, the petitioner therefore prays that the National Assembly amends all relevant laws and reviews relevant regulations with a view to encouraging majority of Kenyans to harvest rainwater. Having determined that the matters raised by the petitioner are well within the authority of this House, I order that pursuant to the provision standing under 227(1), this petition be committed to the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning. A committee is required to consider the petition and report its findings to the House and the petitioner in accordance with standing order 227, subsection 2. Member for Kiambu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to comment on the first petition and the second petition. It is very, very unfortunate, Mr. Speaker, that at this time and age, Kenya is still not food sufficient. We have plenty of water, we have plenty of arable land, but we have been unable to plan on how to utilize them so that our country can be food secure. We need to think seriously about the way we are going to harvest water, not only rainwater, but even storage of river waters, how we can exploit our underground water so that we can be able to irrigate our farms and stop relying on rain to do our agriculture. And I believe that if we made proper use of our rivers, we would be self-sufficient as far as food is concerned.
Member for Kenago.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also want to support the first petition and the second one, and especially on the issue of zero rating the irrigation implement to make sure that our farmers, especially the small-scale farmers, are able to really do irrigation, because as you realize, only 10% of this republic depends on, depends on rainfall, and which is reliable for, only 10% would reliably produce goods depending on the rainfalls because the patterns are predictable. But the rest, about 48%, which is arable land in this republic, something needs to be done. And in fact, Mr. Speaker, the petitioner has brought it right. If we've only be able to make sure that the irrigation equipment are available and subsidized in terms of taxes so that they don't pay taxes, then that is the way to go. Mr. Speaker, we have a lot of water that goes to waste. And just like we are contributing on this irrigation bill, the fact that there's a lot of water, then it is incumbent upon the government to just make sure that the 48% of land that is arable, they make sure that they do dams and maybe because private sector is going to come in, have it easier for them to invest, because if we make implements available and cheaper, then that is the way to go. Mr. Speaker, I support the two petitions and wish that the Committee on Finance is going to expedite. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Secondly, I want government incentives, tax exemption by farm equipment. I want, it is indeed with assurance of honor and profound respect to Cabinet Secretary Ambassador Kuriatane. He's a great man. He gave me last week tax exemption for great people like George Kelly. And my constituency is the fruit basket of this republic. So we are very key. Uasin Gishu County is #1. So we must have government incentives. Food security is very key. That's why I always support His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, the 5-star general. And if he will not do anything for me, I've been going by Air Force One. So tell him, because you are #3 in command, that I love him. As much as I love him, he's #1 in this republic, followed by Dr. William Ruto, our own son, and followed by you. So the thing, Mr. Speaker, is we vote in unity of interest, emotion, and desires. I beg to support Sarah. You are a great woman of this republic. Thank you.